Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to build the Nanofarm version 3, and here it is alongside the previous version, which is the one on the left. Now this broke in the 1.7 update, and why exactly it stopped working I am not sure, but the dispensers at the bottom no longer dispense bone meal, which renders the farm half as effective, as well as there being a problem with crops not being able to grow on the retracted farmland in 1.7. So I got together with my buddy Ease and we worked together on redesigning the farm, and now we have fixed the dispensers at the bottom but also made two key changes that make this farm much better than before. So previously the clock that powered the dispensers was on by default. This meant that some of the hoppers and dispensers would be locked from having other bone meal fed into them, so the bone meal would only feed in at a slower rate when the farm was being used. So in the new design we have used a clock that is off by default, meaning the bone meal is refilled slowly when in use, but it can refill completely when not being used. As well as this, the piston that retracts and extends has been changed, so it is retracted for slightly more time than extended, meaning it is very reliable for planting crops and fully grows all crops 100% of the time in 1.7. So before I show you how to build this, we should take a look at it in action. So it just occurred to me that if you are watching this video, you may have never have seen one of these farms before, and if that is true, then basically what we're doing is using dispensers and bone meal to grow these crops as fast as possible. Now we can use this for wheat, carrots and potatoes, and all we need to do to use it is walk up to it, look down and hold down right click. Now the first crop that we plant, unless our timing is exactly precise, it is quite likely that that one is not going to be harvested, but then every single crop after that will be harvested 100% of the time. So watch the amount of wheat that we pick up and you'll see that every time the piston extends and retracts we get a piece of wheat for it. So we walk up, we look down, the fence post is here to stop us walking into the farm, and then we hold down right click, and I think actually the first time I planted that we got a wheat for it, but just count the times that the piston goes up and down and you can see that we get a piece of wheat for each of it, and then we can easily just change over and plant carrots instead if we want those, or potatoes as well, and you can see this is a really fast and effective way of getting yourselves crops with bone meal. So now I'm going to give you a quick explanation of how the redstone works. Now obviously to activate this you stand on the pressure plate. That's going to turn off the torch here, which is then going to activate two key components. So when this turns off right here, the torch turns on, and we have a comparator here in subtract mode. So when that happens it creates this blinking effect which goes all the way up to the top to power the dispensers. Now when this block right here is unpowered, it means the item in this hopper is going to travel back and forth between these two, so this is going to create a blinking effect which is used to control the piston. Now this piston right here is retracted for slightly longer than it is extended, and the way that that is done is that this redstone right here is going to turn that torch off when it's powered, but it's also going to power this block, go through a slight delay because of the repeater, and then come round to this side which also powers that same torch. So it means that this torch will be turned off for slightly longer than it is turned on. So as I mentioned earlier in this video, I worked together on this project with my buddy Ease, who is a redstoner on my server. I want to say thank you to him again for helping make this the most awesome nano farm we have built yet. But now it is time to start the tutorial. If you're looking to build this, I would recommend building it flush with the floor, which is why I have dug out this pit like this. This is 4 blocks deep, 5 blocks wide and 6 blocks in that direction, and so to build it you are going to need these materials. We have 36 building blocks, 7 stone slabs, a sticky piston, 3 redstone torches, 13 pieces of redstone, 3 repeaters, 2 redstone comparators, 8 hoppers, 6 dispensers, a pressure plate, 2 buckets of water, 6 chests, a dispenser, a piece of dirt, and of course you will need a diamond hoe to turn the dirt into farmland, and if you don't use a diamond hoe then you're probably going to blow up. So we are going to build this layer by layer, and the first one should be very easy. We're going to go down into the hole, look at the third row of blocks and place one there, and then behind it going all the way to the back and one at the edge like that, and then we want to put a repeater here facing in that direction and a piece of redstone on either side in these two positions. So for the second layer we want to start off by placing a hopper clock like this, so we have 2 hoppers facing into each other. Later on remember to put an item in one of those hoppers, and then here we're going to have a comparator facing in that direction, another one over here, and then we need to put blocks in front of both of those comparators, then put a redstone torch here and a sticky piston above this repeater facing upwards like that. Then over here we can place 2 pieces of redstone put a block there, and then we need to place a half slab on the side of this piston, a block either side of it like this, and then a redstone torch here. So this layer is probably going to be the simplest of them all. We need to place down 4 pieces of redstone like this, put a half slab at the back here, and then on top of this hopper place a block and blocks all around it. Then remove that block and put some water there. For this layer we're going to start off by placing our dispensers facing into the center. So we're going to need to place down a temporary block here and put a dispenser on top of it, then remove that block. Then we'll put the dirt in the middle here, and then put 2 blocks in front of that and 2 over here so we can put the water alongside this dispenser. Now behind each of these dispensers you want to place a hopper facing into it, and then when you come around to the front here place a torch on the side of this block, then to put 2 full blocks on the side here, another 2 over there, and then 2 half slabs at the back, and last of all a redstone dust right here. So for this layer we're going to put down our dispensers facing into the middle again like this, and then behind each of those we're going to put hoppers facing into the dispensers yet again. And then at the front here we want to put a half slab alongside this dispenser and that one there, and then a pressure plate in the middle. And then if we go around to the back we want to put a repeater on either side and redstone dust in front and behind each of those repeaters, and that is that layer done. So for the final layer all we need to do is place down our chests on top of each of these dispensers and hoppers, and then put our fence post in the middle at the front here, and remember to put an item in this hopper right here, and also put this comparator into subtract mode, and then you can till the soil with your hoe and you'll see that this works just fine. So that is it for this tutorial. There is a world download available in the description box for this world that you see right here, but as always thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.